children are in a constant state of searching for safety, searching for something that feels connected and safe, because that's what they're hardwired for. And so the second that you start to care for the inner children within inside of you and start to calm, energetically you're caring for him.
Gabrielle Bernstein, a role model for spiritual seekers.
If there is a possibility in the moment, and like I said earlier, sometimes we can't do it right away, but it could be like halfway through the activation, to just check in. Just check in with your body. Check in with your somatic experience. What are you feeling in that moment? What sensations are present with you? What thoughts are coming up? What are you noticing? And by directing your attention inward in that moment, gives that activated part of you a little bit of witnessing. And being able to witness in that moment what's happening on the inside might offer you the opportunity to start to slow down the inner activity. Okay? And so maybe if you start to notice it, you start to breathe into the feeling. Maybe if there's a sensation, like a physical sensation that's super up for you, you can actually just place your hand on that physical part of your body. Just place some breath into it. If there's a thought that's coming up, maybe you can just witness the thought, notice the thought, forgive yourself for having the thought. Whatever happens in that moment, that power of being the witness of the activated state, and to just extend some calm to the sensations, feelings, and emotions inside, and thoughts inside, can start to settle your system in the moment. Maybe that would be enough to start to downregulate that sympathetic response to whatever the trigger might be. Of course, we know breath, even just the way I'm talking right now, just this connection that we have, slowly pacing with the feeling, right? So we stop at the beginning of this episode. You saw I was activated. You all saw it. Poor Joey over here was like, God bless the man. He must have been like sweating because I was like, we got to move things forward. And that's a triggered part of me that was like, we need to get this done. We have episodes, right? Like, what's going on? It's a young part of me. She often wants to be like, what the fuck is happening, right? That's like, it's like a little devil inside, but she's not a devil. She's just a little girl that's just freaking out. And to just slowly downregulate and just calmly and compassionately just check in. And you're not going to get it right every time. But if you can just even halfway through, check in. Check in. Notice what you notice. Even if the kid's having a moment, the second that you start to check inside you, what happens is that he can start to have that same response because his mirror neurons are just firing. And children are in a constant state of searching for safety, searching for something that feels connected and safe because that's what they're hardwired for. And so the second that you start to care for the inner children within inside of you and start to calm, energetically you're caring for him. Trust that. Trust that just witnessing practice is enough. The breath, extending your hand, noticing. And if it feels way too overwhelming in the moment, just that heart hold, just placing your hand on your heart and your hand on your belly. The other thing is there's going to be times where you're just going to fuck it up and you're just going to have the trigger. And the best thing you can do then is as quickly as possible, repair with him. Just put your hand on his hand or just be present with him once you're back in your right mind and just say, sweetie, I'm so sorry. Mommy got really activated. Mommy was really, really upset. And sometimes mommies and big people get big emotions too. And we have big feelings. And we just don't, always know how to handle them in the moment. But I'm with you again. I'm here and I'm safe. They say like 1/3 is being a great parent, 1/3 is f***ing up, and 1/3 is repair.